I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out basically announcing that this had happened.
Thinking that the water is out. There is no water. Do not use your water.
It takes about 80 pounds of water for every pound of coal to produce electricity.
Which is different than a boil water advisory, which is, I think, what a lot of people maybe wondered at first. Is this just a boil water advisory? We get those all the time. And it quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious. So as soon as we got through the next segment, I was with Spencer Adkins, our chief meteorologist, on the air, and he had wrapped up his forecast, and I said, Spencer, we need to let people know we've just received this information from the governor's office. It's a do not use the water order for a number of counties in our viewing area. We're still working to get some more information to find out exactly what this means for you. Stay with us. We'll be giving you more information as we get it, both here on the air, online, and via Twitter and our Facebook page. And that was really the start. We were live on the air when it happened, and it just snowballed from there.
We're fortunate that we have relatives in the area that are on wells, so we could go and shower anytime that we wanted or fill up our jugs anytime that we wanted. We're also, probably a little bit better prepared than the average Joe for an incident like this. But seeing the infrastructure come into place basically for emergency water rationing was interesting, not only because no one was prepared for it, but also trying to fathom what it was like to be completely cut off, to not have an appropriate supply of drinking water, or to only have to be able to shower in a public space every couple of days if you're lucky. Really, we all joked at work that it was like the Batman movie where the Joker poisons everything and within 3 days everybody is stinky and disheveled. And that was really a number one takeaway. How long is it going to be before we can all stand to be in close proximity to each other again?
The economic value of water spread across so many different facets of life that it almost gets, pardon the pun, but it gets diluted. Its real value gets diluted because you've got a tourism sector, you've got a quality of life sector. People's willingness to pay for clean water is huge. You've got a recreational sector, you've got the power industry sector. And then of course you have the drinking water sector, and all of these things draw on the value of water. But there's no single thing to point to. There's no tons per year produced in a county that has a real tax, a single tax revenue that you can point to. And so that, in some ways, it shrouds or makes it difficult, or blurs, I guess is the better term, the existing value of water that we have right now. Now, moving into the future, there is no question that the value of water will only go up. And that's true everywhere. So everywhere the value of water will continue to go up as we continue to pollute waterways and as we continue to have increased demand for that water. One of the very unique things about this part of the world, though, is West Virginia is one of very few areas in the region that's expected to get more rainfall in a future climate. So regardless of how pessimistic or optimistic you are about climate change, nearly every model suggests that areas to our east, along the eastern seaboard and Washington, D.C. corridor, is expected to get less rainfall, and areas to our west, as you move into Ohio and the Great Lakes,